Hi everybody. In this video, I'm going to show you how our course is set up in Brightspace so that you know where to go to find all of the information that you're going to need. Okay, so to get started, I'm on the UMS portal. So I've logged in and we need to go to Brightspace. So I go to the launch pad and find the Brightspace icon. That's this orange circle with the B in the middle of it. So I click on that and it takes me to the Brightspace page where I can see the different courses that I've got set up in Brightspace. Yours will of course look different. I then find our specific course, so I'm looking here for EHD 573 Fall 2024. So I click on that and it takes me to our course home page for the class this semester. Now yours may look a little bit different because I'm an administrator or the teacher, so it looks a little bit different maybe, but it should basically look the same way. As you see, Brightspace is set up with kind of like windows or frames on the screen. We have the menu along the top here that we're going to use to access different parts of of Brightspace, and then there's these windows that underneath that contain different information. So here on the home page, it has two, along with this menu at the top, it's got kind of two sets of information. On the right is information about me as an instructor. Yes, I need to update my photo. And then it has down here a calendar of some upcoming events. Don't trust this because it doesn't necessarily show things that I haven't made available yet. So there's like assignments coming that because they're not, you can't see them, you're not going to see them on the calendar. But as things become available, you'll start to see that. But it's all in the syllabus, so you don't need to worry about that. And then on the left has the latest, not all of the announcements that I've made, but the latest announcements so that you can log in and kind of see right away kind of my most recent announcement and then maybe a couple older ones. So that's, just kind of, you can see where we're at, what's up to date. Okay, then that's the course homepage. So let's move to the content section. That's this next on this upper tab. And I'm going to click content. And this is the meat and potatoes of the course. This is where you're going to spend a lot of time. And it has a menu on the left bar and then this large window to the right side that will contain information. So let's go down the different pieces of information in the menu, starting with the weekly schedule. So this is where you're going to see week by week by week what's happening in the course. So you see right now I'm only showing week 1, but as the semester proceeds, more and more weeks will become available. So for week 1, we see it starts September 3rd. Now that's Tuesday for us because we have Monday off, but it's the first day of the week for for that week. And I'm going to click on that week 1. And notice up here, it's kind of opened that up. It has some, tells you what the readings are for this week, chapter 1 and chapter 2, and then links to all the videos you need to see. So here's your readings, but then also here's the corresponding videos you want to see. Right now we have an introduction video for me. I'm going to be posting new ones that I'm making, like this one will also appear here. And then videos YouTube videos that you need to watch. And for each video, I'm going to just click on that. And it takes us to, here's the video. Oh, look how much fun we're having. And you can click on that and play it. And, right, pretty straightforward. And then there's also a PDF. I'm going to click on that PDF. And the PDF are copies of the slides that go with each of these videos. Most of the videos have slides. Take advantage of the slides. I'm going to say this a lot. It's a lot of work for me to make them, and they're great lecture notes for you to be using as you're watching the videos. You can put notes right on the slides instead of trying to recreate or describe what might be on the YouTube video. So print these off, save them. You can use them when you're working on the homework because the homework's open book. So please take advantage of that. There are a lot of work for me to make. So they're all here. You notice each video's got slides, and I've broken the videos up into nice manageable bites, typically 5 to 15 or so minutes. Some may be a little longer. Okay, so again, this is going to grow week by week. You'll see week 2, 3, 4. They'll all start to show up, and this is kind of how things move along. Okay, you'll spend a lot of time every week visiting these. Then come back over here to the menu. We have homework. This homework tab is where you will see links to the homework that you're gonna be working on this semester. Remember, there's 5 homework assignments. So here's where you will see a PDF copy of each homework assignment that you work on when you're as you're doing the assignment, and then a link to the submission form for you to then input your answers into Brightspace. Okay, so this will again. They'll appear as the semester progresses. Once we cover the corresponding material, that homework assignment will become available for you here. They're not available before because I don't want you to skip and pick and choose what you watch on the videos based on the homework assignment. You need to, the questions on the homework, you need to watch it also. They'll become available as we complete as all the material is covered. Then we go down to this other little section, on this left-hand menu. This other little, it's not a tab. Well, this is another option. Calculators. I mean, you may wonder, what is that? And this is a link to several different Google Sheets that I've made that are calculators to do work for you. As you'll see later on in the semester, we will do a lot of work with what are called these distributions, these probability distributions for different sorts of statistical tests that we're going to learn. And the book has tables in the back of the book where you can look things up, but they're messy. Those tables are hard to use. You have to calculate something, and then you have to scroll down the column and see which number is closest to the number you just calculated, and then you've got to kind of move across the column and maybe add something to that number, and you'll see a value, and then you add something or subtract something or double something. It's frustrating. Students will clearly, I've seen in the past, students will understand the material, understand the content, and they'll just get mixed up and confused using these tables in the back of the book. Tables are so 1990 at this point. I've made these calculators that take care of all that for you. Don't use the tables in the back of the book. You need to use these calculators. They're more precise, they're more accurate, and they're a lot easier to use. In this case, you just take the number you calculate, which you'll see when we get to it. You calculate a number, you plug it into the calculator, and it gives you the answer. None of this scrolling, rolling, doubling, halving, adding, subtracting. It gives you the answer you need right there. So there's several different calculators we're going to be using this semester, and I've just got links to each of them as we get to there. And we'll talk more about it as we get closer. Oops. Let's go ahead and look at additional material. This was where I will post PDFs of some other material that may come up in the course of the semester. If I have some additional thing I share with you, I'll put a copy of it here so that you can go back and find it if you lose it or need to find it again. Okay. Then I have a link to discussion forums. These are not required. In this course, you're not required to take part in discussion forums, but students like them and have asked for some of these forums in the past, so I've made them part of the class, right here. Study groups. One form is if you want to form study groups. Study groups are great for this course, so you can log in and say, I'm creating a group, I'm interested in joining a group, whatever, you can kind of connect up here. I think, again, study groups are great for this course, whether you meet physically in person or Zoom, or all of you Zoom together to work to kind of learn from each other and study. Discussions on the readings, lectures, videos. In this case, for this course, this semester, it's our videos or the readings. Remember, there's no live lectures. So if you've got something, you're watching the video and I'm confused about something, I encourage you post your question in the in this forum. Other students may have the same question, and it's a great way to, again, engage with each other. And if someone maybe someone has the same question, maybe someone has an answer, and you can start to share and talk and learn together. It's a great way to learn the material. Discussions on assignments. So I've kind of broken up. This is specifically about the assignment that you may have. Again, if you've got a problem with a question or something's unclear, it may be unclear to others, and this is where I will go to kind of answer things and share it with others as well in the process, that people can kind of see if there's some clarity that I can bring to a question. I'm not going to tell you what the answer is, but that can help. Okay. And I think the students can interact a little bit together, again, not giving each other answers. If someone says, I'm stuck on question 3, don't just say, oh, the answer is 2.8. No. Then other topics. This I've added because students just wanted to be able to, with asynchronous courses, students talked about, they wanted a mechanism to just share things with each other. Some of you have taken other courses together over the last few years, and this is where, they want students have said they'd like an opportunity in asynchronous courses to just engage with each other, talk about life events. This is where I've seen students post in other topics. They've gotten married, they've gotten engaged, they bought a house, they have a baby, they have a grandchild, they got a new dog, they're taking a trip, all sorts of things. Just anything off topic that you want to share with each other is a way of engaging like you would if we were in a live physical class meeting every week. All right? And then finally, here's the syllabus. If you need another copy of the syllabus, you can go right here to download it. If I update the syllabus for some reason, I'll update and post copies here. Okay, so again, that's the content tab, and this is where you're going to spend a lot of time. This is where all the key stuff is for our course. Okay, then rolling across, we come to course resources, kind of moving across that tab at the bottom. It's a drop down, and now we have a drop down menu. So announcements is where you can see all of the announcements that I've made and for the whole semester. And this is good if, let's say I post a comment and then weeks later, I post announcements. And I'll post a lot of announcements talking about the course, talking about statistics, talking about things that come up. And maybe I posted something a few weeks ago and you're trying to remember, what was it that Craig said something about t-tests. What was it? You can scroll through these comments. You can see all of the comments here to find it if you can't find it in your mail. Now, you should be getting all of these announcements in your mail. A copy automatically goes to your main.edu account, unless you've set up Brightspace not to send them there. But the default is that you should be getting copies of all these announcements. If you're not, then let me know and we'll figure out what's going on in your case. Okay, so there's the announcements where you can find all the old announcements. Class list, I've added this at student request as well. Over the students have asked to know who else is in the class. Again, some of you have been taking courses together for a few years, and maybe you want to reach out to each other personally to form a study group. And you can be in an asynchronous online course and never really know who else is taking the course with you. So students asked if I would post the class list a couple years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. So you can see the class list. Is there somebody there that you know and are friends with and whatever, and you can connect up to study together if you want. Okay, other course resources, calendar. Here's just another version of the calendar. You can, again, it'll populate as things become due. It'll tell you when the assignments are due. Right now, there's nothing. But again, it'll only start to show stuff as they become available. So you don't want to look at this and say, oh, look, gosh, Craig's got nothing, no assignments due. This class is easy. No, they'll pop up later. But again, the syllabus is the key for that. Then just kind of doing email, Fogler Library calendars, kind of other stuff. Assessments, here's where you will see you can go to your grades. And here's all of your grades on all of the 5 different assignments and your 10 points for handing in a copy of your work for each of those assignments. We talk about that in a different video, but make sure you get those 10 points. Show me a copy of what you did. Link to the discussions. This is the same discussions we saw under the content tab. It's the exact same thing. It's just a duplicate. Brightspace has it here, and it's just there as well. And then also the homework. Here's a link to the homework, just like under the content content tab. So again, it's just kind of duplicated because that's the Brightspace doesn't give me enough flexibility to kind of move things around. But everything is, again, both of those are under the content tab as well. But it's the same stuff. You can get copies of the homework assignments here. Now, here you'll only see the actual assignments. You won't see the PDFs that are the paper copies of so that you can work on before you submit. This will just be your submission forms. But anyway, all right. That is how the course is set up in Brightspace. Let me know if you have any questions. It's, I think, pretty straightforward, very detailed. Check it regularly because I will be updating and I will be sending announcements regularly. So make sure you're checking your email to see. And don't just kind of ignore, oh, here's another thing from Craig. It might be very important. All right? Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I look forward to working with you this semester. Take care. Bye-bye.